as individually, for me personally, I think he or it, she, he, has been such a faithful companion for the majority of my life, as a guide, as a mentor, as a symbol, that the idea of the devil representing evil as opposed to good does not, that clashes with my idea of the devil, because the devil for me represents rock and roll, film, freedom, humor, essentially my life, my background, because it's so colored with so many blasphemous expressions. But I think that's one of the most common misconceptions, or that makes it so hard for people to fathom that there's obviously the biblical devil, and then you have the pop cultural devil. The pop cultural devil being very much a representative of freedom and intellectualism and liberation. From the chains of handicapping worship, basically, that the three Hebrew religions are. That's what they are about. They're about control, and Satan represents, in the pop cultural sense, the opposite of that. But that does not mean that Satan, because what the biblical point of view if you go to the biblical scripture, the devil represents evil. But I know very, very few things in the history of the world that has been perpetrated in the name of the devil, that has been of evil, to the non-benefit of mankind. Whereas, just look at the amount of abuse and human despair that has been caused in the name of good. So for me, and for me personally as well, to whatever extent I have been exposed to, really, God-fearing Christians, not all of them, but many of them has actually been pretty fucking awful people. So for me, ever since I was a kid, Christianity has not been a representative of humanism and freedom. It's always been the opposed. But that is in a micro format. That's exactly what we're trying to do. You build a church, people come and you preach and go through some sort of ritual, and people feel solemn. The only difference is that I think that, or I hope that people go to our shows to feel good, and they feel good about themselves leaving, as opposed to feeling shit about themselves. That the way that historically the different churches and religions have made sure that their followers have felt crap about themselves.